Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Talking Shit About Fitness. I'm Greg the Devil Dog Moya. To my left is BK, call me Coach Kohler. To my right is Dilton the Tech Garcia. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about the CrossFit Games recap, then about the open season that's coming up and the Wodapalooza qualifier, and then we're going to talk about some other stuff about fitness. We're going to talk about, it's been 3 weeks since the CrossFit Games, and what an amazing CrossFit Games. Matt Fraser winning his 4th CrossFit Games title, Tia Toomey winning her 3rd, and CrossFit Mayhem demolishing the competition. I mean, there's nothing to say. It's a pure legacy.
Yeah, they're just building their legacy pretty much, that's it.
I mean, we got the guys right here, and I mean, it's...
Previous games athletes showing up back at the top. That's what I like to see, honestly, because that's just what they were bragging about at the beginning of the CrossFit Games was, you know, how many different types of people are involved in it this year, and now it just goes to show you that the true CrossFitters are out there, and you got to be able to keep up with those guys, man.
And you know what?
That's the test.
Kudos to China Cho for getting her first podium, and
that was really cool to see.
Because she's been at it since 2012, 2011, I believe she's been at it. And man, I'm proud of her. I mean, like, this year Wodapalooza, I stayed over at the hotel, and we came down, and I go, hey China, what's that? She's like, hey guys, what's going on? Like, she remembers us. And I remember she was an athlete for PR Raps back in the days. So I mean, it's like,
Great athlete.
Great athlete.
I love to see
and she's amazing. Super nice lady. And it's funny because when it's time to work, she works. When it's time to have fun, I mean, if you follow her on her Snapchat, she likes to have fun. You know, she'll go out and stuff like that.
My favorite part was the programming.
The programming was awesome.
I love the fact that they didn't know what was coming up. They had no preparation, no game plans. Their game plans were cut and dry, right on the spot. Basically, that's true CrossFit. The whole hopper. But it was still basic CrossFit. There was nothing out of the ordinary, man. Like, everything that you should have been training for was involved in the CrossFit Games. I loved it.
One of the biggest things that I loved about the CrossFit Games was the people. I mean, the coverage, also the media coverage, because there was more options. You had those more options. You had it in Spanish.
I found them all.
And the way Rogue covered it, and they had previous games athletes, they had also Oli lifters, strongman athletes, power lifters, talking about the whole CrossFit Games, and the whole venue was just amazing. CT Fletcher was up.
The guy, the organizer for Go Ruck, was there too, explaining like with the packs.
I think
that was awesome.
I think also Arnold Schwarzenegger was out there too. I believe so. Supposedly, I read somewhere that he was there. But I mean, the games was awesome. I mean, and if you watch like a lot of the games athletes YouTube channels, like
post games,
and and during the games, what I'm liking is like what Mayhem did. They have like 2 people with 2 RVs and 2 people rent, and just stayed there the whole weekend. And I told him, I'm like, listen, if I ever make games or we're renting an RV or whatever,
they stayed in their comfort zone, basically.
That's the point.
That's how I feel what they did.
I mean, I don't
cook their own meals.
I don't mind the whole staying at a house doing the Airbnb stuff, but I prefer being.
It might feel more like a vacation that way.
Yeah.
And
it's a family setting.
Down and gritty.
Yeah.
This is what we do every day.
They were playing one-on golf. I mean,
they were having fun.
You see his Darren.
And that's what I think Noah liked about this year, is he had fun.
Yes.
That was one of the most important things.
Noah
post competition
came in 2nd place.
He had a lot of fun.
And listen, like we said, you competed with Noah back in 2011.
Yeah, we have followed him all the way up until now. I mean, just to see
where he's at. 2nd fittest athlete from Miami. And that, I get goosebumps just thinking about it, because it's Noah. I mean, it's home. It's homegrown.
I was rooting for him from the beginning.
And who came in 3rd? Who came in 3rd place?
This guy, something son.
Gudmundsson. Carl Gudmundsson. KLG, KYG, K.
Yeah, Carl. Yes.
That guy's
The Jordan. Yes.
here. Put it up on the.
KBG. That's
Yes.
what they call KBG. That's
Yeah.
right.
Get
that's
the
right.
other one. Give me
I don't know
just
why
give me
I
that one right
didn't
now.
register.
It's like give me the other
You're
one.
right. You're right.
That guy, sorry guys, on the live feed.
He's been hacking at it for a while.
Yep.
He was the youngest CrossFit Games athlete in 2014 at 18 years old, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then when he did the Invitational that year, he got hurt. Give me the other thing
Very
of that.
strong guy. But for a third place finish for him.
For a third place finish, that's amazing. As of this month, and now that we're out with the CrossFit Games, the open season begin on Monday.
Yeah,
It's official.
Sanctionals and the open.
The sanctionals and the open. The it's gonna be October
10th.
10th.
October 10th.
October 10th, the CrossFit Games opens begins. So 5 weeks of fun hell for us, you know.
Interested to see what shows up there now.
And then
Hopefully still CrossFit, but who knows how the design is going to be. Because the test is definitely, it has to be.
what's up, guys?
It has to be very specific, man. Like they need to point out the true athletes in the open. I think,
Exactly.
to
And
keep it up with the sanctionals. Otherwise, the sanctionals are going to take over.
Yeah.
All the athletes are going to be hitting a
And
bunch
there's
of
a lot
sanctionals.
of sanctions. There's Pandaland CrossFit, Dubai CrossFit, Southfit CrossFit, CrossFit Mayhem Classic now.
All this year.
When is that?
Coming
January
up
11th.
Before the end of the year.
Yeah.
So
January
there you
11th.
go. Like there's so many more
This
opportunities.
is all the
now.
sanctions that are coming up from now to the beginning of next year.
So yeah, the Open's gonna have to be. It's gonna have to be a sanctional program.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I mean, like, what I'm liking about the Open is that hopefully that they're gonna take off the online qualifiers for the Masters and for teenagers.
As far as what?
They're gonna count the
Program it
sanctional.
differently, or?
No, they're gonna take that out. That's what the rumor is. That they're gonna do the sanctionals in, like, their competition will be at a sanctionals.
Like you can't do the online qualifier. You
Yeah.
only can go to a sanction.
Like you do the Open, and then that'll enter, like, for example, the West Coast Classic is gonna be Open results. The one that's in California.
So are you talking about the way that they're combining the competitions? Like, so now you qualify for 3 competitions by doing one online qualifier?
No. There's no online qualifier for the West Coast Classic.
Okay, so
It's
that's
the
an
open
registration.
results.
That they're gonna use. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it does require you to do the open
Yeah.
to get into something.
Yeah.
So there still has to be a
Chris.
link to the open
Correct, yes.
because the open can't just be a
They're not gonna they're not gonna
floating
pull it off,
thing.
yes.
And it was very basic. Remember all
Yes.
these movements everybody should, the general public should be able to do
Correct.
in their homes possibly,
Yeah.
things like that. Now it's becoming more of you got to go to a CrossFit,
Yeah.
affiliate to
To do, yeah.
get watched, recorded, judged, and all that
Yes.
stuff. So it is the open is going to change too. I think they're going to have to get a
Yeah.
lot more hard on it and make the movements.
Yeah. I mean, they have to. They
More
want to-
challenging
Yeah. If
for-
they want to evolve, they have to, constantly start changing.
One of the things that I'm liking is that they're listening more to the community now. If you actually watch past opens, they really CrossFit or CrossFit Games didn't really listen to the community. Now they're listening to the community more. And I've been on blogs, and something I don't like, especially the Masters blogs, they're like, the programming has been horrendous for this year. It's classic CrossFit. What do you want? Them to get dropped off in the middle of the woods and then try to find their way back with like 150-pound backpacks?
No, but I think that everybody's been training for so much more now. It's like,
Because you don't know.
where has CrossFit evolved? Like now we're rocking, 10 miles or what was it, 8 miles or something like that. Like now it's like we do CrossFit. Those are our basic movements now, and now they're trying to outgrow themselves. But they might be losing that
Original feel.
What is it? Virtuosity. Like they're losing their basic movements, and they're going out and training for other things. which they need those skills too, because those are their weaknesses, obviously.
Yeah.
So they need to show up there, but it's still got to come back to CrossFit. That's what it's showing.
I mean, the fact that they're trying to bring back like the ranch style, you know, like when they did back then in 2008.
So they're doing to qualify next year. You're talking.
Yeah,
They're leading into that. Yeah,
they're trying to bring that back, and the fact that they just announced after the games that they're not gonna do the elimination until I think the second day or the third day, something like that. So they're gonna start eliminating process towards the second and the third day, which is great because then people get a better chance.
Yeah.
There's
like you said, I think they listened to the community because I think there was a lot of people offended.
Of course, they
a lot of
they
people
spend a lot of money to go to the first day and then they didn't make it. And okay.
Well, not even that. Like just regular people watching were kind of like, damn. Like, they just cut all those people. Like, that's it. Like their bands are cut and they either gotta watch or go home or that's a hard pill to swallow.
Like Danny Lopez, he went.
Even as like a
he had athletes over there. He had like 4 or 5 athletes, 6 athletes. So you guys don't know who Danny Lopez is. He basically, if you tell BK and I, hey, I want to go to the CrossFit Games, we'll send you straight to Danny Lopez because he knows what he's talking about when it comes to getting to that level. He's already gone twice as a team. He has Brenda Castro, Laura.
Yeah, he just got a lot of great athletes.
He has amazing. So I mean,
he's able to manage them well. So I think
and worldwide. Now the thing is, he said it was a poor taste where the athletes got cut, so the coaches' bands got cut. So it's like a slap to the face. Give him the access of just walking around for a weekend and enjoying the venue, the vibe. Now they gotta pay after everything that they paid for.
To stay, they gotta pay.
You know, yeah, exactly. That's not right. I don't think that was right.
They gotta make their adjustments.
That was.
And the only thing we can do is continue to voice our opinions so that they do listen.
Exactly.
You know, that's why the Talking Elite Fitness, those guys have been boasting and bragging, well, not boasting and bragging, but like at least announcing their opinions on things so that they know they have a lot of followers.
And they've been
people listen. So
and they've been around the game for a while because.
So I think that's great that Danny did that because I think that's standing up for everybody, and that's what's going to make the change for next year. It should be more welcoming. And if it's not, then everybody's going to have a sour taste.
Yeah, no, because at the same time, it also, Tommy and that crew, they have all been around for a long time, so they on the inside they work for HQ. So now that they're outside HQ, and they actually have more freedom on what they can say.
Yeah, exactly. You're
because
right.
I mean,
which is good because we're listening to a bunch of their stuff, and I think that they have the real opinion on things, and that CrossFit should be listening to them a lot.
Right now, right now, like when it comes to the Armin Hammer from Armin TV, I mean, he is the spokesperson basically for CrossFit. And Morning Choco.
Yeah, but I feel like he's more of an info guy.
Yeah.
I feel like he spreads the word a lot more. The Tommy and these guys over there at Talking Elite Fitness are more.
They're more with the community.
More of like listening to the community, trying to understand why things are happening, trying to influence like how it could get better. They're more into the functionality of it. And I think Armin's a great
spokesperson.
Word spread. Yeah, that guy's popping up everywhere, talking to everybody, and
he travels everywhere. I met him at Wodapalooza.
He makes you connect with the athletes. Like you understand them.
Yeah.
You feel what they're going through, and he introduces you to them.
And then, like you said, functionality, and you were saying a little bit earlier about that CrossFit and the athletes. Give me something to stand it up on. About losing the movements. The athletes are much more working for so much greater stuff now. How does that compare now and to what CrossFit really is? Our 60-year-olds, our 80-year-olds, which is what we're basically going to be talking about for the next 20-25 minutes. How do these athletes? How can we compare a normal person from the streets to these athletes?
compare them to the athletes is very, very difficult.
Exactly.
But to compare what you said, the functionality of their movements is very easy. Everybody should be performing similar movements, not to that extreme as far as a competitive like atmosphere, but you should be able to sit down, you should be able to stand up, you should be able to lift things off of the ground properly and carry them around. Those are functional movements that you should be able to do. You're not even taught as a baby to do that. Like as a baby, you naturally reach down with a straight back and lift things up. I don't know if you've seen this or not. I mean, you have a kid. You've all seen it then. So it's like, you put a toddler there on the floor that just learned how to walk, and they're walking around, a little unstable, but when they go to reach down for something, you don't teach them, but they sit to reach down and they stand back up.
It's a natural position.
Basically from that, we create all of our own habits, and then we turn into, oh, my back hurts, and oh, my knee hurts. Why? Because you lost that original movement. You've created a bad habit. We found shortcuts to reach down and pick things up. So I feel like it's important from an infant to hold on to those movements, all the way up to an elderly person that's losing those movements, to hold on to those movements as long as they can, so that they can be functional for as long as they live. Yeah.
I mean, like, I've tried to convince people, DM them through Instagram, like, hey man, come do CrossFit or functional fitness, whatever. They're like, no man, I got a football injury from back in the days. Oh, my lower back, oh, my knees. And I go, then why aren't you doing exercise for it?
Exactly.
Like you asked them,
get worse, but it's the opposite.
It's the opposite.
Your muscles.
You asked them, are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Like, are you okay with having a hurt back or a banged up knee? Like,
I came into CrossFit 7.5 years ago with 4 knee surgeries, 2 on each knee. They were ortho, but it was still opened up. 3 broken ribs, 4 herniated discs, broken ankle. Yeah.
Carried him in a bag.
I mean, I've broken ankle from skating, broken ribs from motorcycle, broken wrist from skating. I've had my injuries, torn shoulder from tennis. So I've had my injuries from being an athlete, not from not doing nothing. When I did bodybuilding, that's when I herniated my 4 discs, started doing CrossFit, and I was working on my mobility, and you know it, that I couldn't squat for shit.
Yes, we were just talking about that.
We were just talking. And as of today, at 45 years old, I'm in the best shape of my life. I have a 405-pound back squat for 3 reps. My mobility is greater. I went from having 4 herniated discs to 2 herniated discs because I've strengthened the muscles in my core, my back, my body to be able to do that. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. And then a lot of people tell me, "Oh, you're a Marine, you're an athlete." Doesn't matter. What I'm doing as an athlete in CrossFit is not what you're gonna be doing in CrossFit.
Everybody gets intimidated because they think, "Oh, you have to do this." Like, no, you have to start from somewhere. Start slow, 101. I mean, you can't just go into doing a 400-pound deadlift.
Like,
we're gonna walk into that.
Yeah, they get intimidated.
We don't expect that.
Correct. Yeah.
We don't even expect that. We don't want you to come in and just lift up a bar. We want to see all of your movements, and that's what CrossFit is all about. It's like, all right, we're gonna find. Greg Glassman says it, like, give me any athlete, and in 3 minutes, like, I can break him down, and I'll find out all of his weaknesses. 3 minutes.
Like, for example, my wife, never been an athlete. Never played sports, baby. You never played sports?
No, pick me last.
Pick her last. She was the last one in PE, like, pick me last, I'll pick you up. And she has more mobility than me. She came into CrossFit with full mobility. She's able to do Olympic lift movements that I wish I had, like South press, front rack, behind the back, which are very difficult if you don't have the shoulder strength or the mobility.
And how old is Christina? 42 years old.
42 years old, never been an athlete. Mind you,
I'm sure if you went to a doctor, they would probably tell you, like, you probably shouldn't be jumping,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that.
well, earlier this year, I was studying for my level 1 and picking up a marker, a dry erase marker, and properly as it is, her hernia popped out. Now, she didn't get hernia from CrossFit. She got her hernia from when she gave birth to our sons 10 years ago, 10 and a half years ago. Now, mind you, this woman can hold a lot of pain tolerance. She'll still work out with it. And I would tell her, can you at least go to the doctor? I would modify burpees for her and stuff like that. It finally popped out that I had to take her to the ER. And they removed it. Now, how many months has it been? 6 months, and she's already squatting at 90% of her max. Deadlifting, you PR'd your deadlift, right? Not yet.
Not yet.
She's almost there. She's getting back to her numbers in 6 months. So that tells you the recovery rate, what CrossFit does compared to what, you know.
Your body being in shape.
Yeah. And she...
Same thing being sick. Like when you're ill, like I don't know if you feel it, but if I get sick, I haven't been sick in a really long time, knock on wood.
Yeah.
But if I get sick, I might be sick for a day.
Me too.
For a day. The next day, I mean, I don't have no choice anyways. I'm working, but the next day I'm working and I'm functional.
Yeah.
I can work. It's not that I'm dead in bed for a whole week because my body's drained and I don't have the
And
right
you don't eat
nutrition.
like shit.
Yeah, I don't have the right nutrition and my body has no nutrients to help cure itself. So it's like just dead in bed. That's where you end up more ill.
The other one is, you know, when she was recovering, she goes, I didn't know how important core stability was. Well, you know, because you went through the same thing she went earlier in the year in January. Both of y'all had, and both of you are working out in no time.
Right back to all my functional everything.
And-
Everything I used to be able to do, I could do again.
And basically, like she's like, oh shit, your core stability is very important. If you don't have no core stability, the rest of your body's gonna be very vulnerable to injuries. I as a tennis player learned from one of my coaches at a young age. He goes, think of your core, because everybody thinks their core is just their abs. No, think of your core from the top of your head to the bottom of your pelvic bone, like a core of an apple. If that core is weak, everything is weak. So think about tennis, that you're swinging, and then you have the 2-foot racket, 24-inch racket. Now, imagine these guys like a Nadal or Roger Federer or Djokovic hitting 130-mile-an-hour serves at a very weakened position, well, overhead, for 3 hours, 4 hours, and still cranking serves like that. How strong their core is, their shoulders, their lower back. And these are elite professional athletes in an individual sport. Golfers, baseball players, football players, and hockey players, something we were talking about the other day.
Yeah.
Hockey's rough, rugby,
Yeah, that's brutal.
you know, that's brutal. So I mean, these athletes are in prime shape. So you're gonna tell me that somebody that doesn't exercise, you know, a doctor, and I'm not disrespecting the medical field in a way, but I am. But they're telling the 60-year-old people not to work out and to take these medicines for certain things, which is gonna kill them. The pharmaceutical industry is killing our moms, our grandparents, by giving them more meds. You take one pill to cure this, but it causes hypertension, high blood pressure,
And then you know the negative effect.
anal bleeding, all these side
You end up
effects.
dying from the side effects.
And why is this happening? Greg Glassman last year, and we talked this about on Friday, Greg Glassman sat in front of because there's a level 1 certification for doctors now in CrossFit.
Really?
You have to be a doctor.
Interesting.
And he told them, everything that you've been going, and I'm repeating what you said. I'm quoting him.
Quoting me.
All right.
This should be
I'm
interesting.
quoting him what Greg Glassman said. You've been going to school for 12, 14 years to study, and you're fucking lying to other people. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Somewhere like that. You know?
Lying to the people, I kind of believe that because it is. you know, they've turned it into a drug deal, man. It's unfortunate.
And that's
I mean,
where the opioid problem starts.
and it is.
I think. I mean, oh, here you go for the pain.
It's so
And
bad,
they don't,
man.
You
we're,
go-
we're all
They don't want you. They don't want to rehab.
And-
they
and-
just want to, you know, put a band-aid on you.
I had one of my members
But
here.
it's just sad that we rely on them as professionals,
Correct.
and we're supposed to believe in everything that they say, you know. And it's more of like, oh well, this new pharmaceutical company released this product, and now you need to sell it. So they're like, oh, okay, well now I have this, so I can give this to you because I'm supposed to be helping you.
Yeah.
That's what the companies are making the doctors believe, that if they're giving them to their clients,
Yeah.
they're helping them. So it's like that's the sad part about it. It's like, wait a second, like look at those side effects first. Like, wait a minute, what am I taking? And I have a headache, but now I'm gonna have all these other things going on. It's like, wait, you know, like you said, that's the third leading cause of death in America right now is exactly that, the side effects of the drugs that people are taking to supposedly
Yeah.
help them or cure them from something else. It's like,
In 2012, when I was, that's when I started CrossFit. I was diagnosed with diabetes because I was the one gaining weight when my wife was pregnant. And I went to a doctor. I thought she was great. She was like, I'm gonna give you two options. I can give you insulin, right? But it's not gonna cure it. It's gonna maintain your blood sugar. Or here's a list of stuff that you can start eating to change your lifestyle.
I like it, yeah.
So she gave me two options. You wanna know? I took the second option, started doing CrossFit, and I'm not diabetic anymore. And I never took insulin. If not, it would have been super hard to get off of it. So I think we need more doctors to have to be more conscious about, you know, what they're giving to their patients.
I can agree with that. I like that. Two options.
Yeah.
Two options.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell people.
Yeah.
You have two options. You could either go to the doctor and let the doctor tell you that you need health, like you need a good diet and exercise, or you could stay here and trust me that I'm leading you in the
Yeah.
right direction
Right.
to keep you away from having to go to the doctor.
I had one of my members
That's the idea.
hurt his back not too long ago at home or at work. It wasn't here at the box. And he missed, how long did he miss? Almost a month? No. He missed almost a month.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, my chiropractor doesn't want me to lift more than 10 pounds, I think it was, or 5 pounds, or 15 pounds, whatever it was. And I go to him, you're lifting your own body weight up. So what? No, but lifting, I go, you're still lifting more than,
Yeah.
how are you gonna strengthen your back? No, but I'm doing therapy. Therapy is one thing, strengthening is the other. You have to strengthen muscles to then be able to improve. Therapy is just getting the blood flow, stretching the body part that's hurt or injured,
Creating good movement.
and yeah, flexibility, you know. But you also have to strengthen the muscle with bands or even light weight. That doesn't mean that you're supposed to stop. I was told one time when I got a year and a half ago, when the doctor goes to me, because I had something on my neck, it was bothering me. And he goes, oh, I got good news and I got bad news. He goes, you're perfectly fine. The only thing is you have 2 herniated discs on your lower back. I go, that's actually great news. He's like, why? I go, I used to have 4. How'd you manage to do that? And I go to him, CrossFit. He opened his eyes like, what do you mean CrossFit? That's so bad for you. I go, no, it's not. But now, these doctors that are telling these people don't do CrossFit, just look at their shape. How fit are they? That's where you gotta eat. Also question these doctors and then look at the trainers or that are doing CrossFit. Look at the boxes that, like, what are the results that the people are getting on the weight loss?
Yes.
You know. And so this doctor tells me, well, I want you to lay off on squatting and any heavy lifting. I go, what do you consider heavy? Oh, 225 squats. I go, actually, that's light for me. You know, so I'm telling him, like, 225 squats. He goes,
Surprise.
what? Yeah, like, I'm like, deadlift, that's 225 is very light for me. So I'm telling him my numbers, and he's like, wow, you know, so.
The average person doesn't do that.
Yeah.
But the I'm not the average person. I'm an athlete. I am not your typical 45-year-old that's gonna be, you know, out there and doing nothing. I have to do something. I will be that 45 or 60-year-old like my dad that's 88, still working at 88 years old. My dad is 88 years old and still working. How old is your dad? Like 70?
70, yeah.
And he still works. So I mean, that's the mentality.
Is it a magic pill though?
No, there's no magic.
Hard work, man.
Yeah, they want to get out of the bed. They want to.
And that's the thing.
That's all it takes,
and
man.
there's no magic pill to CrossFit or
It's
weight
hard.
loss.
You have to have heart.
No, it's not even about heart. Because the thing is, here in Miami, and we came to the conclusion a couple weeks ago, it's a Miami thing where people are lazy. I came to the conclusion too. Here in Miami, there's so many options. There's so many in the medical field. You go to Brickell, and you're gonna see plastic surgeons everywhere. You're gonna see all types of medical doctors, medical facilities, huh? And it's like, these are the people that are healers, but they're actually doing more damage than good. Now, obviously there's different doctors that are holistic, which is the good thing, the all natural stuff,
Osteopathics.
Yeah, I don't know much about it,
I'm learning more about it.
I've tried several things, like natural stuff, and my dad is a big fan of natural medicines.
Well, there's also a difference. There's the MD, which is a medical doctor, and there's the OD, which is osteopathic. So osteopathic always takes they still go to medical school and they can still operate, but they always try to find, the last solution is going to send you medication.
Right.
They're always going to try to find the natural option.
Okay.
And they'll rather sit with you an hour, asking you questions, knowing you, than here you go, here, walk away. They don't want that. And that's the type of doctors we still need now.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't like to do that because they don't get the same credibility as a MD. But they're still they still go to 7 years of medical school, and they still can be, a heart surgeon. They can still do all that stuff.
I mean, I love the medical field. I mean, I love medicine. I love what they do, but do it right. Be how can I say? Be true to what you study. Don't forget, and I'll say this for police officers and firefighters and doctors too. Don't forget the reason why you became or why you went into the industry that you are. If it was to heal people and cure people, then do it the right way. Don't do it where you're gonna damage and hurt and kill people, especially in the medical field, for extra money. Because every time they prescribe that drug, they get money out of it. It comes down to the money, and that's what this society today has become, and it's upsetting because we're trying to help people. We're trying to help people as trainers, as coaches, but at the same time, they don't want help. Didn't you tell me a lady walked into a bus the other day?
Practitioners, man, of our own what we promote, what we believe in. If you're running a CrossFit gym and you're working out, somewhere else and doing something else, what true value do you have in the product that you're trying to sell? And that's really what it is. Wear it. If you tell people to run 8 miles with a rock back on their backs, yeah, you better fucking be there with them, right next to them, hustling, showing them how to get it done. So I mean, that's all it is. It's
motivated.
You in if you want to go towards the medical field, if you in the medical field are, I would assume, one of the most knowledgeable people in where I live right now, because you've studied longer. I went to college for 0 days, right? And I have medical people that come, like doctors and nurses and firefighters and all these professional people that have studied their practice and passed their tests to get into their positions, right? And I haven't studied shit besides podcasts and books and things that I've caught online. And just being around and experienced by these people that I've helped, and I've seen all this stuff, and they're asking me questions about health and fitness. I'm thinking to myself, wait,
you should know this.
I should be asking you, what I should do extra to help my body burn a little bit extra fat or whatever, and it's like, why are we practicing what we do so hard? Because we believe in it. We know that it's gonna keep us alive. Like, that's my ultimate goal on CrossFit. That's why I started CrossFit. Because I don't want to be 80 years old and my kid feeding me while I'm sitting in a wheelchair. That's not gonna happen. Like, it will not happen. I will make sure it's not gonna happen. So it's like, why do we do this every day? Why are we here on Sunday? Why do we work out on days that people take off? Like, because those are the days that make us stronger. They build,
character.
No, but it builds discipline. And you know that this is the important thing in life. Like, yeah, going out and having fun. And I told Chantel this morning, like, oh, I have a nice truck and a roof over my head, but like, I'm not able to do anything beyond like what I'm doing inside the box. Like, I'm always stuck inside the box. And then I think about it, and it's like, is that a bad thing? I'm around great influenced people. I have doctors and nurses and firefighters and school teachers and moms and dads, and it could be anybody. We got into these professions, but it could be a banker, but I have a relationship with that guy, and I'm talking to him, and I'm trying to relate with them, and we're building a community. And that's what it should feel like. Instead of like, oh, I gotta go to the gym, and this guy's gonna yell at me to lift heavy weights, and he never answers my questions, and I'm always hurt or injured. It's like, we're not producing that, at least where I'm at. Like, that's not our goal. Yeah. We want you to move better. We want you to come here every day. If we open on Sunday, I expect 500 clients to be there on Sunday, because it's like, holy shit, it's something new, and we're gonna learn something. I want to be there. I don't want to miss out. Like, that fear of missing out. Like, that's how you should feel going to the gym. It shouldn't be, it's such a hassle, or, that I don't have the right information. Like, we have all the right information for you guys. If you follow what we do, you will become, where we want to be in life. Like, that's where we're going. But you can't do it by taking a pill, going and getting surgery, and then coming to the gym for 30 minutes and talking on your phone. It doesn't work like that.
That's
you
another
have to commit yourself. You got to come here for an hour a day. You got to eat right 23 hours of the day, because you're not here 23 hours a day. You're only here for 1 hour. You gotta show that you're committed to this too, because that's why we are doing it. That's why I live this. I'm at the gym from 5 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night, because I plan on living until I'm 100 years old, climbing ropes and doing burpees. That is my goal in life. I don't want somebody taking care of me. Like, I want to be mobile. So it's like, that's we get into this competition and athletes and football, and we like to watch these sports, and we're like, God, these are superheroes. No, dude, you can do the same shit. Like, I've said this before, I have a 60-year-old lady doing squat cleans and overhead squats. Like, 60 years old. I go back to the doctor. The doctor will tell you, ma'am, you should not be doing overhead squats. You should not be jumping on boxes. Like, and why are you holding yourself upside down? You're 60 years old. Because she can. That's why. Like, she sees it. She believes in it. Now she's been doing CrossFit for like 4 years. And it's never gonna stop. No, well, Anna's 55 now. But it's Lourdes. Okay. She's going another level fit.
Like,
she's gonna be 61 this year.
He was telling me that he went to his doctor, and he told him, I don't know what you're doing, but continue doing it. And he's doing CrossFit. Like, he's like, what are you doing? I'm doing CrossFit. Well, do not stop. He just told him, do not stop.
Now, mind you, for those, his brother started with me at almost 500 pounds. He's already weighing 377,
around there, 377, 375.
Diabetic. He hasn't exercised since he was 21.
Pretty much, yeah.
Since his broken ankle, his broken foot playing basketball. And he came in. The first day, he could not step up onto a 45-pound plate, which is about that big. He was stepping onto a what, 25? A 25-pound plate, which is that big. I'm not gonna have a 500-pound guy do box jumps. So I had him step up. Instead of running like everybody else, I had him walk or row. That's one of the things, that you cannot make somebody that's overweight run for at least 4 or 5 months. I think a month and a half ago, he did his first knee raises on the bar, hanging himself for the first time. And that, to me as a coach, makes me proud. You know, I got choked up because that is an accomplishment.
But it also makes you believe in more as a coach.
Yes.
Because you're like, you're sitting back, oh shit, like this guy got it, right?
But-
like it's not like
Exactly.
he should be doing that,
Yeah.
and that's normal. No, that's fucking awesome,
You
dude.
couldn't do it 6 months ago. Yeah.
You know, I've had members come in here, drop, what's her name? Elsa. She came in here at 240 pounds. Now she's weighing 150 something in 8 months. She looks phenomenal. I've had friends of mine DM me and be like, yo, I'm gonna call you Chef Greg right from now on. And I'm like, why? Because you're making all the girls at the box look like snacks. And I'm like, really, dude? Like, but it's like, okay, I'm doing something right. What am I doing different than everyone out there? Because I don't see, and I'm not gonna tear down the CrossFit community, but I don't see boxes posting up transformations of their members. I don't see boxes, you know, posting up, you know, the transformation of the members, giving them athletes of the month, or you know, these accomplishments. I don't see that. All I see is full classes. People, we take videos and record our classes here, but we don't see transformations. That's what people want to see. And I'm talking about transformations on working out and eating right. That's what matters. And teaching them the right way.
So that could attract more people to know that they're seeing results.
Yeah.
It's not just a gym.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm talking
There's results there, or we see, you know, that they're learning something there about health, or that they're focused on nutrition, and it's not just a big class of people.
I've had people tell me that has come from other CrossFit gyms into this box, you including, that their box doesn't give nutrition classes. I give free nutrition classes.
The clients need to want it too.
Correct.
Nutrition classes should be out there, but as
And
your
there's
clients
somebody
come
else,
into your gym, like you should give them the whole package. Honestly,
That's what I do. I include it with the membership.
if they're
And I
not
write
eating
their
right,
macros.
then you can't post their before and after pictures. Honestly, like
Yeah.
if you're not gonna give me the nutrition part, then I can't post anything about you, because you're not gonna give me you can exercise, but I'm only gonna post a picture of you lifting weight, not your body changing or you changing as a person mentally, because you're eating cleaner, and now you have a different discipline in your life and you feel better about yourself. Yeah, you come here for an hour and throw weights around. Like, what's the big deal?
I've had a
Do
member,
that shit anyway.
she was taking 5 blood pressure medicines. She was taking, I got her to none.
Yeah, no,
I got her to none, which is amazing. But when she left, or right before she left, because I know she wasn't eating right, and I know she was drinking again, she was back up to 2. That's not what you want. Why are you taking blood pressure medicine? Why are you back on it if you went off your macros, or you started drinking and eating wrong? Of course, food has.
That was more of a habit to her. Honestly, it's like relapsing. Once
she
you build
relapsed.
that homeostasis for your body wants to go back to it. Why not go get high again?
Yeah.
Same thing. Sugar, why not? Okay, why not go get a Pepsi again?
That's the
why not?
fucking
I've
killer.
drank Pepsi for 30 years. So you're telling me I did CrossFit for a year. Just because I did CrossFit for a year is gonna change the last 30 years of my what my body's been used to? You know, it's hard. It's a battle.
Yeah.
It's like any drug, man. It's an addiction. You gotta fight it. No bread, no this, no pasta. You gotta understand it. Why? Because you want to live the next 30 years. Right?
I
That's
mean,
the idea.
like for me, like I'll eat pasta maybe once every couple months, but
But it's not that you're
yeah.
300 pounds eating pasta.
But I also have the discipline for it. Now,
Yeah, you can have your cheat meal, you know what I mean? But not every day.
what
you
is
can
it?
cheat meal.
Olive
You need to
Garden.
see progression.
Yeah.
Olive Garden's never-ending salad and bread. Jesus Christ, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's
And
dangerous.
huh?
With the breadsticks.
Yeah. The breadsticks, but it's like, okay, this is my monthly big cheat meal, because I won't eat that for another 2 months. And
Exactly.
that's what you gotta learn,
Our habits are completely different.
you know.
And the
I-
more you're around people that have those habits, the more you're gonna be influenced. Like that's all that's gonna happen.
And then if you have people around you that aren't disciplined and they think they can eat whatever the hell they want, guess what? You're gonna be easily influenced into that stuff. If you're around somebody that likes to drink, you're gonna go out drinking with them. If that person likes to go eat fast food or eats whatever street food, they're gonna. And that's where people that I've seen within this box and other boxes that I've coached at, and I'm pretty sure you've seen it. They'll start up here and then they'll lose all that weight, and then they'll start hanging with a certain individual or individuals, and then they'll go back up to the weight that they were at. And that's not cool because it's all here. Exactly. It's all here.
Because they're still coming to the gym every day.
Yeah.
They're still spending their life here, beating themselves up, but they're not fueling
Yeah.
themselves.
You know, and people don't understand what you eat is a result of how your performance is. Whether you want to compete or not, it's also how you look.
That's hopefully what it turns into too. You see Dylan in here fucking taking a snack after his workout, and you're like, whoa, why is this guy eating already?
Exactly.
He's disciplined, he's on it. And the next day you see him come in and he's eating before and after, and you're like, damn. And then he's squat cleaning and PRing and getting faster times on his workouts, and you're like, you know, how is this guy doing that? Well, it's fucking, look at his discipline. Like, what do you do when you leave here? You go and you drink a beer and you have chicken wings. Like, all right, well, tomorrow your Fran time is gonna go down. That's just what happens.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, and back to what you're eating results into insulin, high blood pressure pills, the pharmaceutical business. Fast foods are gonna kill you. I remember on 103rd here in Hialeah, that's where we are at. There was maybe growing up, there was a McDonald's, a Burger King, and a Wendy's, and Taco Bell. No, those four on 103rd, from the Palmetto to West 4th Ave. You go now there, you're gonna, the moment you pass Palmetto, you're gonna have Cuban guys at the mall, you're gonna have Fuddruckers, you're gonna have a McDonald's in the mall, you're gonna have Wendy's on the right,
Burger King,
a Wendy's,
KFC.
no, Pollo Tropical right there.
Well, yeah,
Pollo Tropical.
Hooters still got
Pollo
Pollos over there, right?
Huh?
Yeah, Pollos on 100.
Yeah.
You keep going,
Hooters.
you're gonna see Palacio de los Jugos, Hooters, Taco Bell.
Checkers.
There's no Checkers on 103rd.
No, but
McDonald's,
there's everywhere.
but it's
And they
like
all have
it-
Uber Eats.
Huh?
They all have Uber
Uber
Eats.
Eats, yeah.
We can have it delivered here right now.
Yeah. Didn't one of the kids tell you that not too long ago?
Yeah, okay, Uber Eats, yeah, remember you were telling that story, yeah.
Yeah, one of my teens in my class, man. I was teaching. I think she was like 11 years old, and we were doing farmer carries with little kettlebells. She hated it. I was telling her, like, you know, when you grow up, you're gonna go shopping and you want to carry your clothes or carry your food. I referenced to, and she said, no, I'll just call Uber Eats. And I just lost it. That was it.
You could have come back and be like, okay.
Yeah, I didn't even have anything to say to that.
I would have walked
I
away.
left
from
it
that.
just like that, and I'm like, man. But it definitely raised a flag in my head.
How society is now, yeah.
And that's one of the things I'm trying to get my son out of. I mean, he's 10 years old, but, you know, how old is your son? 7. And everything is about this. This is poison as much as the pharmaceutical business. You know,
It's a sales. Anything you do on your phone, it remembers. And
Yeah.
You click on a website, and it's like, oh, you just looked at shoes yesterday. These shoes are on sale now.
you want to buy it?
What?
You remember back in the day when we used to remember every single number of every
Yes.
Or when you wake up,
it
it tells you where you're going. Oh, you
wanna
have
work?
27 minutes to get to this
You work,
address. What? I didn't program that in there.
So, like, I mean,
But
a lot of society today at the gym
habits.
are distracted by this. This is poison too. I mean, yeah, I'm on my phone, this and that, but we're conducting what we do as a business. I'm not on it for, oh, let's take selfies, you know, shit like that.
I'm down with you say taking a selfie at my gym, but in
Not
the hour that you're
yeah.
here to work out,
No.
Focus.
you honestly,
You need to focus.
You came here to get away from all that. I hope so.
Yeah.
If you didn't, then you're definitely here for the wrong reason. Because you're here to focus on you. Like if you're coming here to text people and message people, then
Then go to LA Fitness.
no, not even go. Go to McDonald's or go somewhere they have free Wi-Fi. Don't come and sit in
Planet
here.
Fitness
dude.
where you get free pizza on Friday.
Get out. We have no air conditioning in here. I don't want you to be comfortable here. The music's gonna be blasting. Like you should not be on a anything electronic device at all when you're exercising or when you're focused
You
on
know that's
you
one of my
for that
battles
1
here.
hour.
He's helping me, coach, because he's gonna take the level 1,
Okay, good.
and
I even take on my watch. I put it away.
Yeah?
I put everything
Good.
over there. you know?
because
Well, because it's an iWatch. But if you had a regular watch,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
use it
yeah.
as a timer,
Correct,
things
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But people don't know that, right? You're like, oh,
Exactly. So I just, you know, like, just take it
they
off.
think you're
Yeah.
using a timer, but you're really texting it.
Exactly.
And they don't see that. So you got to be
So, I
careful
mean,
with everything.
Yep.
my only device is this, the Whoop. I mean, for some of you guys that don't know, I mean, this is for recovery, but doesn't even have a clock or anything like that. Everything's off the app off my phone, but I a couple weeks ago, I told everybody, hey, no phones while you're working out unless you're recording it, but no texting and this and that. Oh, but you're on your phone. I go, you want to answer my calls or my texts and record the videos of you guys working out? They stay quiet.
It shouldn't be questioned.
You know, I'm running a business.
Your clients should tell you, you know what, you're right, man.
Yeah.
I'm not here for
The
this.
thing is,
I'm here for this. Let's make an interaction and let's communicate.
And that's the thing with, like, again, it's a Miami thing because I guarantee you go north central Florida or another state, I forgot what your box. Isn't everything on the other side of the box, away from everybody, the phones?
Oh yeah, Tammy Emily. Yeah, you're so far away from your phone that it would take a 100-meter run to go get that shit. So you're like,
And I mean,
Out there, yeah.
and I mean, if you go to Ohio, I mean, on Netflix there's a documentary on West Side Barbell, West Side versus the World. Louis Simmons hates these things.
Yes.
he'll
There's-
probably smash it.
Oh no, he was like,
Put it under your bar.
no, I mean, when I was telling him that he was about to do a back squat and he see somebody there like turn that shit off. I don't want that in my gym. And he's
Even
not
us
one to the public.
recording it.
Yeah,
He was like, get that shit
out.
out.
Get that shit out. We're not here to record. We're here to work out. We're here to work.
Yes, it is.
And it's not open to the public. You only get there if you invite him into that gym. So I mean, and
It's emotions,
yeah.
man.
I mean,
We're losing sense of emotion. It's all
no.
just a word now.
I would like to do that, but a lot of people would have a conflict of interest, you know, like,
But
and
it
that
could be
shows me who
approached-
you
It could be
really.
approached a different way. But like I just said, like if your clients are coming here to pay you for a membership, they should respect the point that you're giving them. Like, dude, we're not here to.
Yeah.
You have 23 hours to go do that. You could stay up all night and do that. But you know, you doing that while you're here is not going to benefit you. You're giving me money for no reason. You're giving me money for you to stay on your phone.
Pretty much. Yeah. That's what they're doing.
But you pay. I don't even give you Wi-Fi.
I
You
got
sit here
one.
paying me to sit here on your damn phone. Don't tell people that. But yeah, you don't even have free Wi-Fi here, and you're still paying me to come here and talk on your phone. Like, why? What am I doing here, actually? Like, I don't even have a business. I might as well just open a business of people coming and talking on their phones. Like, that's what
Okay, here's the
sucks.
workout. All right, good luck. I'm out. And just let them be.
I mean, for
Like,
that
we're
reason,
here to help
Exactly.
people.
in that sense, then you just
We're here to help people.
just
We need your attention.
give them the workout. Hey, here's your workout. Figure it out. Here's a controller. Turn on the clock. I'm gonna be in the office sleeping.
Yeah.
I think everybody should
You know,
respect.
I mean-
they should respect that.
And
Just
if
like if you tell them not to eat fucking rice for a week, like they should tell you, you know what, you're right, Greg. Like, I'm not gonna eat rice this week. I'm gonna stay focused and I'm gonna check my performance.
And-
if my performance sucks, then I'm coming back at you. I'm coming right back at you. But if I do good and I feel lean and I'm performing well, dude, high five chest bump next week, no
Oh,
rice.
I mean, like one of the members, I mean, several members, I've had members come in here, high blood pressure, diabetes, and they don't want to put the effort to change their lifestyle. And they're on medic, and it comes to discipline. And then and one thing I tell people, and I do it in all my nutrition classes, do you guys love yourself? Yeah. And I go, then why the fuck are you killing yourself? Because at the end, I go, who has a significant other? Me. then you don't love yourself. Because how can you love someone else if you don't love yourself? Because you're killing yourself. You know it's true, right?
Make your own choices.
You gotta make your choice. You love yourself, make the change if you wanna fucking live. Once you decide to live and make that change, then go love someone else. You cannot love someone else. No, because at the end of the day, think about it. How can you love someone? And it's a fucked up way of saying it, and it's funny at the same time, but how are you gonna go to McDonald's, eat a Big Mac, and this and that, and then tell your significant other, I love you, babe? No, you're just killing yourself, killing your significant other, and your kid if you have one, and then tell them, I love you guys. No, you just killed them with crap. You don't love them, you don't love yourself. You understand where I'm coming from?
Habits
It's a
and
fucked up way of
habits
saying
and
it.
influence. That's all I'm gonna keep
It's
saying.
a-
Habits and influence. If you're eating McDonald's, your kids are gonna eat McDonald's. They're gonna be diabetic. You're gonna have to. It goes it's a spiral effect.
The other day I was at Walgreens. One of my old members, she did the year, she's gonna come back. I ran into her. She was in and out after she left, she started getting sciatic nerves. And they told her, you work out? And she goes, I was. Yeah, see what happens after you stop working out, your body resets. And they send her some stretches. And she goes, damn it, Greg. Always, everybody after people leave, it's always something about me. Nutrition, but especially rum water. People hate rum water. They hate doing mobility, but they have no idea how beneficial it is. I go, what? They told you to do pigeon pose, Samson pose, you know, little stretches, couch stretches. She goes, yes, that. Oh, this, that. She goes, I go, and you also got to strengthen your muscles. She goes, yeah. Her daughter's 12 years old and weighs 150 pounds, or 11 years old. How is it that the little girl weighs as much as an adult or an older teenager? That's influence. Bad eating. I mean, the father is genetically overweight, the family, but that you can fight that, because guess what? My wife, her family comes from high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, what else? And cancer. Okay? Huh? She's fucked up. Her father passed away when she was 4 of a heart attack, and her father was like this. He was a worker, but it runs in, it's genetic. She is the first one in her family fighting the chronic diseases. But it was a constant battle for God knows how many years with me, because in 2011, after she had JD, I would program for her, she'll go to Bally's, and I'm like, how the hell are you gaining weight when I told you to eat this, you're supposed to be doing this, and you're gaining weight? Then I find out from Quinton, which is one of my best friends, oh no, Jody and this girl are always bringing junk food, so I'm like, and then that's when I find out. And I go, you need CrossFit. First thing she tells me, I thought you were against CrossFit. Not for you. I was gonna do it for 3 months.
Stay there.
And 7.5 years later, I'm a box owner. And, you know, he was one of my coaches, and I remember one time I go, hey, what class are you coaching? He goes, 6 a.m., right? 5:30 a.m. I go, my wife is there. He goes, who is she? I showed him a picture. He goes, first class he coaches her. Christina, in the front. 10-minute EMOM of power cleans. She couldn't hit one. You made her fucking lift it at 65 or 70. She couldn't do it. But look at her now. She gets comfortable. And that's what the problem with people. They get comfort in the comfort zone. You gotta get uncomfortable. You've made me do in the last month or so some fucking fucked up movements, which I hate, but I do. Like strict handstand push-ups off the box. God Lord, even teaching that movement, I hate it. But it helped my, just the other day I did 27, 21, 15 straight handstand push-ups. Okay? So at the end of the day, I mean, it is what it is. And fitness is life.
It's a lifestyle, yeah. Like even every time I go to my mom, oh, you going to the gym again? Yeah, I want to look healthy. I want to be healthy. Now my brother, he looks at me like, dude, I've seen you come a long way. Like keep at it. And then my sister, I'm trying to get her in too. And we all been overweight. We have bad genes, and I'm trying to break that. I want my son to be like that. I want my daughter to be like that. And when they come in with me, they want to work out. They're like 7 and 3, and they want to move around.
It's influence, man.
Yeah. So I want to give them those good habits that they're used to, coming to the gym.
No, like I said, like you should feel like you're gonna miss out on something.
Yeah.
That's how attractive the gym should be. Like you should be like, damn, if I miss out on this class,
We're gonna turn out to a Joe Rogan podcast.
we're
That's
losing
cool.
something here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I mean, I've even been doing the Wodapalooza Qualifier. Like we did it the first one together, and I used to be like he was saying. He was surprised. I was surprised too. That I was keeping up to a certain point, but I know, that means I have to keep on working hard to get to that level.
oh, and then with that, it's like the Wodapalooza Qualifier. It's a competitive thing, right? Well, I programmed it in CrossFit Miami on Friday, the actual WOD for the class. Everybody in the gym did it. They didn't sign up for the qualifier.
But they did it.
They didn't even know it was the qualifier. If we would have announced it as the qualifier, I guarantee you nobody would have showed up. But we put it in, I slipped it in there just as a regular WOD, and everybody literally did it. Everybody. The whole entire box did the Wodapalooza qualifier. So it's like, without even realizing it, you're still in a competitive scenery. Like, you're still pushing yourself to get better.
Ben Bergeron said
That's what's cool.
a couple months ago, what's the difference between competing and lifestyle? He goes, if you go to your box and you go on the board or on the Wodapalooza leaderboard, of your box, and be like, I can beat that guy. Oh, they did it that way? Okay, I'm gonna do it 10 pounds heavier and I'm gonna get more reps. And you put in your score, you're competing. That's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
But yet, they don't want to sign up for a competition.
Every time they load those results into Wodapalooza, they're competing against everybody else in the same workout, and they don't understand that.
And yes, it's become a better version of yourself, but also, it's fun. You actually do better when you're competing against other people. Like the first Wodapalooza WOD, I did it by myself Friday morning. I got 253 reps. I'm like, okay, I can do better. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. All right, do it tonight. So I rested, went to have lunch, came back, did some squats. The 7 p.m. Friday Night Lights, I did it with him, and I did 263 reps, I think it was. I got 10 reps better. That's what you want. And that's what you want.
A more competitive atmosphere.
Yeah.
You had people around.
I did it during the week when we were testing it on Wednesday. That they released the
Tuesday or
first one.
Wednesday.
Yeah, I got up to in the middle of round 15. All right, I want to do it again. I got to finish round 15. I started, round 18, did 9 reps with the first snatches. So if I do it again, I'll probably finish 18 because that's another goal. Okay, I can do it again. I want to do it again now. But
These are the workouts. These are the types of workouts.
You're competing inside.
yeah, and you're mentally competing against yourself every single time.
And these are the type of workouts where you can test and retest and retest, just like the huh?
Yeah, you're gonna see a bunch of retesting.
Yep.
That.
Okay, so I mean, guys, today, we talked about different things, but the main important stuff that we talked about was do CrossFit, get off the pharmaceutical medicines, go to your local CrossFit gym, check it out, and at the end of the day, we're trying to help you guys. This is not about, we're trying to help you guys to living a longer life, and at the end, and become better version of yourselves. We have 2 coaches and an athlete / learning to be a coach. You're learning to become a coach. So you're learning the experience. You're hearing from both of us.
Correct, yes.
and what we're trying to do is make people better, move better, perform better, live longer, live healthier. And this is, not a disclaimer that, CrossFit is better, but it's better than any other fitness regimen, fitness and period. But a lot of people are so intimidated by CrossFit that they only see, the CrossFit Games athletes. You don't see that's only 1% or less than 1% of the community. The real community the real CrossFit is the 50, the 60, the 70-year-old mom and pop that have a 9-to-5 job that is coming in and live a regular life. They come in for 1 hour and they want to live longer. You teach them how to move. Am I right or wrong? You want to get off the pharmaceuticals. These are people that have had health issues throughout their life, and or have in their family, and they want to live longer. They want to live longer. They want to live longer. Now, I've been an overweight kid. I grew up with asthma. I grew up with bronchitis, and you had any
asthma as a kid.
I had asthma.
I was been big, always.
Third or fourth grade, I had pneumonia, and then after that, I was heavy set, running around, heavy breathing.
Same.
And
it's all genetics, right?
Yeah.
it's all genetic. Oh, that's the other thing. Everybody says, I don't want to do CrossFit because I have genetics. Stay right here. This is my son JD. Say hi to the camera.
Hi.
Everybody says, I don't want to do CrossFit because my genetics, I'm gonna get big. No, it's not about being, no. Cupcakes and donuts get you big, and not exercise. Unless, one more thing, you said, if you don't want to get bulky, for you to get bulky, you got to do this amount of training for 5 days a week, heavy training.
You're just building excuses. If you say you're going to get bulky, if you say that you can't jump or whatever, it's all just building excuses.
Yeah.
You're not being true to yourself, because you're going to find out you can.
Yeah.
You can do all of that and more.
So you guys know this is my family, and these are my family here too. We're all family here, but there's my wife and my son, and
it's Greg's birthday, so happy birthday, Greg.
Happy birthday.
Hey.
I'm 45 years old today, so to be being fit and active at 45, I'm happy. And a lot of people at my age, I see a lot of my classmates, and it's sad, that people that were athletes growing up are not working out. And I tell them, come to the gym and let me help you. I want to help people. This is what we're here for. If I was rich, I wouldn't even fucking charge a dime, but I gotta pay rent. I would give my services for free. If I was a billionaire, but I have a family to feed, and that's what people don't understand. And yes, I'm a hard ass when it comes, hey, you gotta put in your work. And I know you are too, but that's if, and I'm gonna say right now as a disclaimer, if your coach isn't pushing you, isn't coaching you, isn't pushing you, especially on coming in, on eating right, not drinking, not partying like a fucking rock star. You didn't hear something. And at the end of the day, you haven't lost anything, or you're not pushing yourself. You cannot say that your coach isn't pushing you, or your trainer. You want to see results? Do what your coach tells you. Do what your trainer tells you. And push yourself. Stop holding back, because the more you hold back, the less you're gonna achieve. Trust me, she was one of them. I told her, you wanna weigh this, you gotta do this. And that's my wife, and I'm harder on her than anybody else in this box. Because I've even told her, hey, you don't wanna do this, get the fuck out.
Oh
Yeah, I told her, then don't get the fuck out, don't train. Just stay home with your mother and your brother, and get diabetes. You know, because guess what? And the members are a representation of your product.
Yeah.
Okay? You're a product of what I do. You know, I'm a product of what I do, but obviously I train differently. I'm actually a product of what he does as a coach, because he's the one programming for me in the morning. But I'm also doing Rich Froning's program in the afternoon, so I'm doing both programs. And I'm doing, like, for example, in the afternoon I'm doing more strength training, like powerlifting type stuff with the Froning program and only lifting, but he's about teaching me how to move and move fast. You know, so I'm with two products right now. I'm a part of two products, but also a lot of my products that I teach comes from him. He's been my mentor since 7 years.
Long workout.
Oh my God.
Which was awesome. I loved it, but it was empty. The gym was empty.
Yeah,
Like, that's another thing.
a
Everybody's
burpee
intimidated.
workout for death you would have loved.
Nobody came.
Nobody can. For me, I use those workouts to test my endurance. I mean, that's how you.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to.
You gotta
have,
use those.
yeah. You have to get it put in the work to see
You gotta,
where you're at.
what is that? You gotta put in the grunt work too, man. That's what I,
Look,
that's what
like-
I call those wads.
like September-
Those wads are like grunt wads.
September 11th, we're gonna do a WOD for the first time, which he does every year. The
You guys
340, 343 burpees per time.
All right.
And he is my influence for
I've done it
that.
since 2011.
Yeah.
You know, and it honors
Every
all
year.
343 firemen that passed away on September 11th, right?
Yes,
That's gonna be
343 firemen.
Yeah. So that's gonna be, like, that's gonna be an
Mental.
honor. Like, Memorial Day, I tell
You get to
everybody,
100 and
You know,
I-
I got 200 something more to go.
I make everybody do Murph Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
That's a mandatory, you know, because of the situation that happened over there. And we're here because we do what we love. Put your foot down. We do what we love, and you know the people around me, like you, your brother, everybody in this box. I love what I do. I love what I do. And they say it's not work if you love it. And then how'd you like the quote that she did? What was it? It was you can't be beaten if you put in the work that others are afraid of, something like that.
you outwork yourself.
You can't outwork yourself if everyone.
You gotta outwork yourself.
Yeah.
You can only outwork yourself.
It was something like that.
If you're worried about outworking other people, then you're not focused on the right things.
Yep. You always have to compete with
In the words of BK, there is no competition for the ones that has outworked himself, Coach BK. You know, and that's what Frazier did.
Yeah,
That's what Matt
he
Frazier
knew
did.
nobody else was doing what he was doing.
Dale, go in the office.
He wasn't looking at anybody else, but he knew nobody was doing what he was doing.
Say bye to everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Eating the way he was eating, training the way he was training. He
Yeah.
didn't have to look around.
And
He got a little scared at the end with Noah, but I guarantee he still
Yeah.
was not looking anywhere else.
what
but
killed Noah
where
was
he
the
needed
Ringer
to be.
1 and Ringer 2, I think it was.
Where he needed to be.
Right? That killed Noah, Ringer 1 and Ringer 2. You know. But guys, this is the end of our video. From our sponsors Tough Rats and Source One. Have an amazing week.
Thank you.
We'll be back in a couple of weeks. BK, Tech, and myself say stay fit, keep working out, stay
Get in the
functional,
gym.
and hit the gym hard.
Later,
Love you
guys.
guys.